2023 TYR Pro Swim Series here in Fort Lauderdale. Thanks for joining us in the stands and online. The wait is over. It's time for more speed. Event 25, the women's 100-meter backstroke, our first event of the day. This is a 4-heat event. Heat 1. Jory Richardson of Metro Atlanta Aquatic Club, first name of the morning. Brenna Wolf out of North Carolina in 1. Christy Crossley, Ocean County YMCA S9 Paralympian in lane 2. Elizabeth Erlendsdottir of Bull School Sharks in 4. Kennedy Dobson of Eastern Express Swim Team in 5. Maeve Eckerman of the Sarasota Sharks in 6. And Jacqueline Grabowski of Florida Atlantic in lane 8. Under the flags, into the wall. The Heat 1 win is going to be in lane 4. A 104.62 for Elizabeth Erlendsdottir. Second place, a 104.73 for Kennedy Dobson. And third, a 106.43 for Maeve Eckerman, rounding out our first heat on the women's 100 backstroke. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Hayden Penny, Y Smart Aquatic Swim Club in 1. Cayman Neal of Swim Mac in 1. Hayden Penny's in 0. Chloe Slitta of Sun Devil Swimming in 2. Bella Sims, Sandpipers in 3. Meddy Harris of Wales in 4. Erica Peleas of Eagle Aquatics in 5. Arabella Lee of Villanova in 6. Rebecca Diakonescu of Team Rebel Aquatics in 7. Florencia Perotti of Argentina in 8, and Kate Myers-Labens of Vols in lane 9. Meddy Harris with the lead, 29.23 at the 50. The only sub-30 performance we've seen so far in the front 50. Diakonescu in lane 7 and 5th. Got to get that name right. Isleta in 4th, Sims in 3rd, and Peleas in 2nd. Here's the final touch, and it's a 1:00.19. Harris with your top time of the morning so far. Peleas in 2nd at a 1:01.36. Second on the morning, and then 1:02.14 for Bella Sims. Finishing in 3rd, and your 3rd overall performance so far. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Lane Peterson of Army West Point in 0. Alexia Sotomayor of St. Andrews Aquatics is in lane 1. Lane 2, Katie Grimes of Sandpipers of Nevada. Kylie Wilhelm of Lifetime North Carolina in 3. Olivia Smaliga, Sun Devil Swimming in 4. Lauren Cox of Great Britain in 5. McKenna DeBever of Aggie Swim Club in lane 6. Scarlett Major of Wales in 7. Lila Higo of Bold School Sharks in 8. And Caroline Chasser of Blue Dolphins in 9. Cox out with a 29.53. Smaliga with a 29.60. And Wilhelm with a 29.92. Your top 3 at the 50 meters mark here in our second to last 100 backstroke for the women's prelim session. 24 spots on the line, ABC finals. We'll scroll those results right after our 4th heat. Smaliga is going to win the heat, 1:00.71. That's going to be 2nd overall going into our final heat, 1:00.86 for Lauren Cox, 3rd overall. And then a 1:02.62, Kylie Wilhelm finishes in 3rd, sitting in 6th right now, so right on that bubble for the A final. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Fourth and final heat, women's 100 backstroke. Audrey Deriveau of Jersey Wahoos in 0. Molly Donlin of Swim Mac in 1. Lily Nesty of Gator Swim Club in 2. Gabby Duluth, Tennessee Aquatics and New York Athletic Club in 3. Reagan Smith out of Sun Devil Swimming in lane 4. Andrea Perino of Argentina in 5. Julia Podkachelny of Pinecrest Swimming in 6. Mackie Hodges, Sandpipers in 7. Athena Meneses Kovacs of Team Charlotte in 8. And Rebecca McGrath of Canada in lane 9. Smith out in a 28.8, the only sub-29 we've seen all morning long. And already has a considerable lead, the 50 and 200 backstroke champ this week. And American record holder in this event. It's going to touch the wall in a 1:00.02. That'll be our top seed heading into tonight's final session for Reagan Smith. 2nd place in the heat, Gabby Duluth's 1:02.36, which will put her 7th overall. And then a 1:02.53, Andrea Perino finishing in 3rd in the heat, and will end up in that A final in 8th place. There you see them: Smith, Harris, Smaliga, Cox, Peleas, Sims, Duluth, and Perino all into that A final. B finalists on the board: Wilhelm, Grimes, Podkachelny, Higo, Meneses Kovacs, DeBever, Diakonescu, and Neal. And then rounding us out in the C final is Leta Peterson, Donlin, Nesty, Erlensdottir, Thompson, Hodges, and Myers. Current time 9:08. Ladies, you have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. Event 25 taken care of and on its way to the finals. Let's send the guys on their way as well. Our next event is event 26, the men's 100-meter backstroke. We've got 4 heats this morning. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Ricardo Roche of South Florida Aquatic Club in lane 4. Landon Kaiser of the Bold School Sharks in 5. Alex Edwards, Army West Point in 6. Maximiliano Ahumada of Florida Atlantic in lane 7. 27-78. Ahumada leading the way. Under the flags and into the wall, Heat 1 win is going to be Ahumada, leading at the 50 and the 100. 57-34 his time. 57-69 for Alex Edwards and a 57-82 for Landon Kaiser. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 men's 100 backstroke. Zach Leith of Army West Point in 0. Eli Rowland of Rocket Swimming in 1. Ulysses Saravia of Argentina in 2. Yazil Morales of Puerto Rico in 3. Justin Ress, Mission Viejo in 4. Johnny Marshall of Firestone Akron in 5. Ryan Patterson, George Washington Aquatics in 6. Aiden Norman of Canada in 7. Jensen Nelson, Spartan Aquatic Club, is in lane 8, and Finn Winkler in lane 9 from Eagle Aquatics. 26-13. Justin Ress out of Mission Viejo was leading at the 50-meter mark. Seated with a 52-73. We'll see what he has in store for us this morning. Ress is going to win the heat, and he's going to post our top time at a 54-19. 54-88 for Johnny Marshall. The 18-year-old from Firestone Akron swim team finishes in second, and then a 56-31 for Ulysses Saravia of Argentina. Those are your top 3 through 2 heats. 2 heats still to go in the men's 100 backstroke.
Take your marks.
Top time, Justin Ress is 54-19. We'll see if we can hold out or have a new top time. I think the Ress is trying to hold it steady. 55-66 from Acevedo. 55-67. Armstrong now touched by 100. Armstrong fourth overall. Acevedo third. 56-06 for Chris Hayes. It's in fifth. With 1 heat remaining in the 100 backstroke.
Take your marks.
Will Smith across 16 in lane 0. Two out of Hong Kong. In one, Nicholas Albiero, final on speed, just small of Pueblos in 3. Ryan Murphy. The Victor Boulder, California spots in 4. Cal Costa of Portugal in 5. Next, Stephen Wales in 6. Elliot Jones is in 7. Joey Clinton, Army West Point in 8. Taylor Eaton, the Fort Atlantic in lane 9. Albiero with the lead after 13 meters. The final box from Albiero on 26.63. 26.80 for Ryan Murphy. 26.71 for Ryan Murphy. With the final touch. It'll be Murphy's 54.77 winning the heat. The Justin West is going to be our top seed heading into tonight's A final in the men's 100 backstroke.
Albiero finishing in second, 54.91, and then a 55.09 for Cal Costa of Portugal finishing in third. Rest 54.19 has definitely sewed up the top spot in tonight's A final. There's a disqualification to report in event number 26, heat 4, lane 9, delay initiating turn number 1. So that sews up the A final. There you see them. Rest, Murphy, Marshall, Albiero, Costa, Acevedo, Armstrong, and Thames all in to the A final. Saravia, Patterson, Maldari, Penfold, Norman, Jones, Yu, Lau, and Ahumada into your B final. Corville 14, Speakman, Stanton, Edwards, Morales, Kaiser, Kling, and Lyth into the C final, men's 100 backstroke. Gentlemen, current time 9:18. 30 minutes to declare your intentions. It's time for some breaststroke. This is event number 27, women's 200-meter breaststroke. We've got 4 heats on deck today. Heat 1. Gracie Lanning of Bowles School Sharks in 3, Maggie Kleinsmith of Villanova in 4, and Heidi Bruning out of North Carolina in lane 5. Heat 1 win. Making the pass on the final 50. Gracie Lanig with a 241.19. Heidi Bruining with a 242.25. And Klein Smith's 245.11 rounds out our heat number 1. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Danica Aitzen of Sarasota Sharks in 0. Emily Santos of Montverde Aquatic Club in 1. Grace Rainey, Swim Mac in 2. Kelsey Wong of Canada in 4. Kara Hanlon, Great Britain in 5. Sophia Plaza of Swim Mac in 6. Lucy Warnick of Sandpipers of Nevada in 7. Yekaterina Malyasov of Wahoos of Wellington in 8. And Riley Botting of Pinecrest Swimming. He's in lane 9. Hanlon out with the early lead, 33.79. Wog right behind her by 1/100, 33.80 after 50 meters. Wog now with the lead, 1:11.66 at the 100, quarter second ahead of Hanlon. The duo about 3 seconds ahead of the next closest, which is Emily Santos in lane 1, who was out in a 1:15. Wog is pulled into the lead considerably, 1.5 seconds between her and Hanlon now. And about 6 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Kelsey Wog on her way to winning heat number 2 and posting our top time of the morning so far, which will be a 2:28.27, 2:30.1 for Kara Hanlon, finishing in second. And then third, a 2:35.66 for Sophia Plaza of Swim Mac, finishing in third. Those are your top 3 through 2 heats, halfway through the women's 200 breaststroke prelims. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Mariana Ortega Gil of Mexico in 0. Olivia Deinhardt of South Florida Aquatic Club in lane 1. Tess Chaplua of Tennessee Aquatics in 3. Annie Laser of Indiana Swim Club in 4. Kim Emily Harkle of Cardinal Aquatics in 5. Gracie Wyant, Sarasota Sharks in 6. Abby King of Westchester Aquatic Club in 7. Grace Hunt, Weisbart Aquatic Swim Club in lane 8. And Katriana Gilmore of Army West Point in lane 9. Laser out quick, 34-27, a half-second lead over Chaplua of Tennessee Aquatics, who's in lane 3. Herkel out of Cardinal Aquatics in lane 5 was in 3rd at the 50. And that trio of leaders continuing to push the pace. Laser still looks like she has the lead at the 100-meter mark. 1:12.49 for Laser. Back in a 38.2. Herkel back in a 38.1. And Chaplua back in a 38.2 as well. So not much changing there for your top 3 here in Heat 3 of the women's 200 breaststroke. Third and final turn. Laser has pulled away from the rest of the field, even splitting those middle 250s, 38.2, 38.2, actually within 100th of precision. Chaplua in second, about 1.3 seconds behind Laser's lead. Herkel in third. Top time so far, Kelsey Wong's 2:28.27. We'll see what Annie Laser has in store as we go into the flags and into the touch. She's going to post a 2:29.77, half a second behind Wong, but good for second overall with one heat remaining. 2:31.40. Chaplua with a 4th seed right now, heading into the final heat of prelims, and then a 2:33.31. Third place, Kim Emily Herkel, sitting right on that bubble in 5th. Still one heat to go in the women's 200 breaststroke. Heat 4. Calista Bartlett of Team Rebel in 0. Avery Clamfith of Swim Mac in 2. Rachel Bernhardt of Team Charlotte Swimming in 3. Lily King of Indiana Swim Club in 4. Alexis Yeager of Tennessee Aquatics in 6. Sophie Angus of Canada in 7. Gwen Chavez of Gator Swim Club in 8. And Aurelie McGall of Army West Point in lane 9. King leads with a 33.20 or 32.39 rather. In lane 4, Bernhardt in second with a 34.4, but Lily King taking it out very fast. 34.6. McGault in 9 was in third at the 50. Halfway, Lily King continues to have a big lead, 1:10.31 at the 100 mark. She's almost 2.5 seconds ahead of second place Rachel Bernhardt. McGault in third, 1:12.99. Lily King, your 50 and 100 breaststroke winner this week. Looking to go 3 for 3 in the breaststroke events. First thing she's got to do is make it into that A. That looks like it's well on its way. 150.5 at the 150-meter mark. Yielding a little bit of that lead back to the field. 40.2 on that third 50. 39.3 for Rachel Bernhardt. Still a second and a half back with 50 meters remaining. Alexis Yeager splitting a 38.8 on that third 50. Reeling in some of King and Bernhardt's lead. Final 5 meters. Lily King, will she pass Kelsey Wong's 2:28.27? She will. 2:27.90 to be your top seed heading into tonight's A final of the women's 200 breaststroke. Second, a 2:31.03 Rachel Bernhardt. And the 2:31.48 from Alexis Yeager will earn her a spot in the A final as well. Sophie Angus finishing in 4th, actually also making it into the A final. Let's take a look at our A finalists on the scoreboard now. King, Wong, Laser, Hanlon, Bernhardt, Chaplua, Yeager, and Angus into the A final. Herkel, McGaw, Clamfuth, Wyatt, Plaza, King, Ayton, and Santos in your B final. And then C finalists, Malishef, Hunt, Ortega, Gill, Rainey, Bartlett, Lanning, Shabbos, and Bruining. Alternates on the scoreboard as well. Current time 9:33. Ladies, you have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. Onward we move. It's event 28, the men's 200 breaststroke. We have 6 heats this morning. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Ian Hasten of Blue Dolphins in 1. Clayton Bernauer of Army West Point in 2. Dalton Lillibridge, Florida Atlantic in 3. Zach Jotar of Cato Meridian Otters, in lane 4. Will Lacone of Longhorn Aquatics in 5, seated with the yards time. Max Eckerman, Sarasota Sharks in 6. Keto Campbell of Azura Florida Aquatics in 7. And Kyle Valdez out of Arizona in lane 8. Lacone leads the way, 104.78 on that front 100 meters, 106.78 for Dalton Lillibridge, sitting in second after the first 100. We need coaching representatives from Army West Point, SwimMac, Canada, and Wales over to the resolutions desk. Army, SwimMac, Canada, and Wales. Please send a coaching rep over to the resolutions desk. Thank you. Lacone, 2:14.33 is going to run away with heat number 1, post our early top time. We'll see how that stacks up as we go through our 6 heats of 200 breaststroke this morning. Lillibridge with a 2:21.17 in second, and a 2:23.53 for Zach Drotar. finishing in third. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Evan Larson of the Bull School Sharks in 0. Diego Andres Resto of Puerto Rico in 2. Bruno Santana of Azera Florida Aquatics in 3. Yona Rubin of Swim Fort Lauderdale in 4. Cohen Rankin, Army West Point in 5. Ryan Torrado of Puerto Rico in 6. Wyatt Porch of the Bull School Sharks in 7. Casey Aiton of Sarasota Sharks in lane 8. And Esteban Cruz of Azera Florida in 9. Cohen Rankin's led start to finish, and he's going to touch it to 2:18.27, second overall. Through 2 heats in the men's 200 breaststroke, 2:22.53 for Diego Andres Resto of Puerto Rico, finishing in second here in heat 2, and then a 2:25.69 for Yona Rubin, finishing in third. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
As a Stewart of Aquatic Club of Enid in 0. 3 Bull School Sharks. Eldon Zemmer in 1, Louis Juice in 2, and John McNamara in 3. Nathan Thomas of Canada in 4. Porawat Romani Kochako of Bull School Sharks in 5. Alexander Landry of Canada in 6. Henry Halloran, Villanova in 7. Kevin Howe of Alto Swim Club in 8. And Victor Durrani of Bull School Sharks in 9. .222.30. Nathan Thomas winning heat number 3. .223.30 for Henry Halloran finishing in 3rd. And Pora Romani Koch-Chakorn finishing in 3rd with a .223.72. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Xavier Ruiz of Ridgefield Aquatic Club in 0. Will Heck of Bull School Sharks in 2. Ben Delmar Swim Mac in 3. Charlie Swanson, Nova of Virginia in 4. Tommy Cope, Club Wolverine in 5. Braden Tyvasalo of Canada in 6. Jay Litherland of Sun Devil Swimming in 7. Dylan Smiley, Miami Country Day Aquatics in 8. And Liam Harry of Sarasota Sharks in lane 9. Swanson out quick, 30.03 the lead, 31.2 for Tyvasalo. Finishing or touching in 2nd at the 50. 31.3 for Ben Delmar, but everybody's looking up at the 25-year-old out of Nova of Virginia. There's the halfway point, 104.75 for Swanson. Cope outsplitting him, however, at a 34.3 to jump from 4th to 2nd. 105.7 to a 104.7. Cope almost exactly a second behind Swanson. Delmar in 3rd, 105.99 at the 100-meter mark. Final turns taken care of, 139.62. Swanson at 34.8 on that 3rd 50. Lead continues to shrink ever so slightly. Tommy Cope's pulled within 0.8 of him. Ben Delmar continuing to hold it down in third. Taivasalo of Canada in lane 6 continues to be in fourth. Will Lacone's 2:14.33 still our top time so far. It's in jeopardy now as we approach the final touch. It'll be a 2:15.67. Lacone still holds on to that top spot. Swanson in second in the heat, third overall with a 2:16.14, and then Taivasalo leveraging some final 50 speed to make the pass and touch it at 2:16.53. Cope, Swanson, and Taivasalo 2:34 overall right now. Still 2 heats to go in the men's 200 breaststroke. There's a disqualification to report in event 28, heat 4, lane 4, for multiple butterfly kicks off of turn number 1. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Freddie Klein, swim Mac in lane 0. Sean Grisha of California Aquatics in 1. Nathan Holte, Ohio State in 2. Kyle Booth of Wales in 3. Anton McKee of Pinnacle Racing in 4. Maximilian Pilger of Indiana Swim Club in 5. Grant Sanders of Tampa Bay Aquatics in 6. Mateus Dubois of the University of Florida in 7. Bruce Bannister of Army West Point in 8. And Cohen Chimp, Bulls School Sharks in 9. Anton McKee 30.23 out in the lead. Icelandic national record holder and Pinnacle Racing 29-year-old had a lead on Kyle Booth of 0.7 of a second at the 50. McKee still with the lead, 104.24. It's a bigger lead now, over a second and a quarter. Booth 34.64 on that second 50, 34.0 on McKee. Pilger 35.1 on his second 50. He's a 106.1, currently sitting in third. Lacone's time from that first heat, as he was entered with a yard's time, still the top time of the morning by over a second, 2:14.33. Final turn, McKee 33.9, actually faster on that third 50 than his second 50. 35.7 for Kyle Booth, who's in second, but he's 3 seconds back as Anton McKee is having a race right now. A great swim being turned in lane 4. 2:14.33, Will Lacone's top time. Will it hold up? Anton McKee touches the wall and says nope. 2:13.18 is the new top time. 2:17.02. Pilger finishing in second. 2:18.02. Kyle Booth in third. And by 1/100th of a second, Pilger will actually slide into the 5th spot overall, just ahead of Delmar's 2:17.03. But McKee will be your top seed with 1 heat still to go in the men's 200 breaststroke. And we'll see if that holds up after our next race. Heat 6. Final 200 breaststroke of the morning. Eric Veit of Blue Hin Aquatics in lane 0. Julian Martin, Hurricane Aquatics in 1. Miguel Chavez Gonzalez of Mexico in 2. Gregory Butler of Great Britain in 3. Nick Fink Metro Atlanta Aquatic Club in 4. Chase Kalish of Sun Devil Swimming in 5. Adriel Sanis of Colorado Stars in 6. Julio Corrego of South Florida Aquatic Club in 7. Neil Simpson, Canada in 8. And Calvin Kronwald out of Illinois in lane 9. Butler with the lead, 30.85. Fink in second with a 30.88. Miguel Gonzalez of Mexico with a 30.89, a hundredth of a second behind Fink. And Chase Kalish out in a 30.96, so our top 4 actually separated by a tenth of a second. And throw Julio Corrego in there, who was only 0.3 of a second out of that lead. 100 meters down, Fink's in the lead, the 100 breaststroke champion this week, overtaking Gregory Butler and Miguel Chavez Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a 105.80, Fink with a 105.79, Butler with a 105.92, and Kalish with a 106.10, 0.3 of a second separating the top 4. And again, you have to add Corrego to the mix because he's only 0.4 of a second out. Now Miguel Chavez Gonzalez takes the lead. So 3 different leaders and 3 different touches. Butler in second. Fink falls to third. Butler and Fink half a second behind the lead of Gonzalez. Final 25 meters in the final heat of our men's 200 breaststroke. Are we going to have another new leader at the end here? Here comes Chase Kalish. Could he get his hands on the wall first? One of 4 different leaders. The only one that counts right now is Chase Kalish's 2:16.20. That's good for the heat win, and it will get him into the A final. He'll be sitting in 4th heading into tonight's finals. Second at 2:16.39. Nick Fink will also sneak into the A final. Gregory Butler's 2:16.41 will get in. Those are your top 3 here in our 6th and final heat. They are in the A final. Who's joining them? Anson McKee, your top seed. Joining him, Lacone, Cope, Kalish, Fink, Butler, Ty Vassallo, and Pilger. 2:17.02 to get a second swim. 1/100th of a second separating 8th and 9th. Delmar, Chavez Gonzalez, Corrego, Booth, Rankin, Dubar, Bannister, and Heary, your B finalists. And then there are your C finalists: Sanders, Simpson, Litherland, Lillibridge, Martin, Chalm, Thomas, and Aristo into the C final. Alternates on the board as well. Current time, gentlemen, 9:54. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. It's time for some butterfly. The 100 butterfly. This is event 29, women's 100 meter butterfly. We've got 5 heats this morning. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Sarah Koloska out of North Carolina in 3. Lily Archibald of Richfield Aquatic Club in 4. And Thea Wong in 5. Kate Murray of Rat Swim Team in 6. And Julianne McCraney of Pinecrest Swimming in lane 7. McCraney's 29.67 leads after 50 meters. Wong out in a 30.00. Lily Archibald out in a 30.01. Heat 1 of 5, women's 100 meter butterfly. Olympic trials time of 1:00.19. We'll see how many swims we can get under that mark this morning. There's the finish, and it's Archibald with the heat win at a 1:03.86. 1:03.97. Koloska finishes in second out of lane number 3, and a 1:04.13 for McCraney in third. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Aspen Gersper, St. Andrews Aquatics in 1. Jillian Crooks of the TAC Titans in 2. Abigail Heiser of Spartan Aquatics in 3. Arabella Lee, Villanova in 4. Portia Del Rio Brown of Puerto Rico in 5. S9 Paralympian Christy Crossley of Ocean County in 6. Megan Cole of Army West Point in 7. Avery Kudlak of Laurel East Hartford in 8. And Abigail Zborin of Spartan Aquatic Club in lane 9. Quite the swim being turned in from Aspen Gersper of St. Andrews Aquatics in lane 1. She's going to go 101.09, winning heat number 2. Second place will be in lane number 7, 103.23, Megan Cole of Army West Point. And then a 103.72, Jillian Crooks in 3rd from the TAC Titans. Those are your top 3 through 2 heats. 3 to go in the women's 100 butterfly. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Sophia George of Metro Aquatic Club of Miami, in 0. Molly Donlin of Swim Mac in 1. Laura Quada of Mexico in 2. Mariana Cunha of Portugal in 3. Harriet Jones of Wales in 4. Kylie Wilhelm of Lifetime North Carolina in 5. Cameron Cannings of Canada in 6. Her countrymate Ashlyn Massey in 7. Laura Littlejohn of New Zealand in 8. And Katie White of Villanova in lane 9. Harriet Jones leads at the 50, 27.71, about a quarter second ahead of Kylie Wilhelm of Lifetime North Carolina, who's in lane 5. Wilhelm looks like she has, Cameron Cannings looks like she has made an acceleration, and that is the case. Cannings going to touch it at 59.74 to post our new top time of the morning. Second will be a 1:00.18 out of Harriet Jones. And then Kylie Wilhelm's 1:00.55 is your third fastest in the heat and of the morning, with 2 heats remaining in the women's 100 butterfly. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Katie Grimes, Sandpipers of Nevada in 0. Addison Sawicki of Sarasota Sharks in 1. Ana Catarina Montero of Portugal in 2. Leah Gingrich of Columbus Aquatic Club in 3. Reagan Smith, Sun Devil Swimming in 4. Natalie Hines of Gator Swim Club in 5. Lily Lyon of Midtown Weston Aquatics in 7. Audrey Daravo of Jersey Wahoos in 8. And Sabrina Lynn of Bull School Sharks in lane 9. 27.31. Reagan Smith, the backstroke champ and top seed already in the 100 backstroke. taking it out fast. 27:31 for her on the first 50 meters. 27:8 for Natalie Hines. But look at the back half speed from Reagan Smith here in the 100 butterfly. She's going to touch at a blistering 57:54. Reagan Smith having a great meet and posting the top time by over 2 seconds. Natalie Hines is the second fastest of the morning at a 59:61. 3 women under 1 minute so far. Leah Gingrich in third in this heat at a 1:00:41, sitting in fifth with 1 heat remaining. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Applejean Nguyen of Sandpipers of Nevada in 0. Valentina Becerra Quintanilla of Southern Methodist in 1. Maxine Clark of Canada in 2. Her teammate Ella Jansen in 3. Emily Beckman of Denmark in 4. And then Catherine Savard of Canada in 5. Maria Jose Matacoco of Mexico in 6. Athena Meneses Kovacs of Team Charlotte in 7. Samantha Panos of Gaucho Aquatics in 8. And Cayman Neal of Swim Mac is in lane 9. 27.6. Savard leads Beckman by 0.04 of a second at the turn. Becerra Quintanilla in 1 of SMU. Out in a 28.49, good for third at the turn. Reagan Smith's got your top time. It's a 57:54. Can anyone beat that, or will she be our top seed? It'll be Smith atop the leaderboard as Savard touches it at 59:24. Jansen, Savard's countrymate, at 59:27, and then a 1:00:10 for Beckman, finishing in third. That's good for 6th overall heading into tonight's A final. Speaking of A finals, let's take a look at our A final. Took a 1:00:41 in order to make it back into tonight's 100 butterfly A final. A few administrative and small technical details to sort out in the women's 100 butterfly. We'll continue to do that before we officially release our A, B, and C finalists.
definitely a better way to go. We got 1 day left, but we're going to figure it out. Next time.
There is a disqualification to report in Event 29, Heat 4, Lane 5 for underwater arm recovery. There we go. 8 finalists now on the board. Smith, Savard, Jansen, Hines, Konix, Jones, Gingrich, and Wilhelm all making it back. Montecoco, Meneses Kovacs, Pacheco Cunha, Arroyo Quada, Gersper, Becerra, Montero, and Sawicki in your B final. And then Darrell, Grimes, Clark, Bonos, Bonlin, Lyon, Massey, and Lynn into that C final. 2 alternates on the board. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Current time 10:09. Ladies, you have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. On to event 30 we go, the men's 100-meter butterfly. We've got 7 heats that will be swimming this morning. Heat 1. Dal Bowen of Bold School Sharks in 3, and Vili Sivic of CSUV in 5. Sivek with a 53.99 winning heat number 1. We'll see how that time stacks up as we go through our next 6 heats. Heat 2.
Take care of us.
John Kroll, Swim Mac in 1. Kellen Russell, Tack Titans in 2. Caleb Brohax of Swim Melbourne in 3. Xavier Hill on the top side of Colorado in 4. Grant Klatt in 5. Victor Dagana of Canada in 6. His countrymate Zachary Paris in 7. And Colton McGrady of Spartan Aquatic Club in 8. He went a 56.51 from John Kroll in lane 1. 56.75 from Grant Klatt in 2nd, and a 56.78 from Dagana in lane 6, finishing in 3rd. Heat 3.
Take your mark.
Valerio Bonuglia, excuse me, of St. Andrews Aquatics in 1. Aiden Hill of Swim Mac in 2. Leif Bauman of Jupiter Dragons in 4. Glenn O'Milan of Point Claire Swim Club in 5. Johnny Marshall, Firestone Akron in 6. Nathan Chow of Army West Point in 8. And Isaac Weigel of Iowa Flyers in lane 9. $55.43 Heat wins in lane 2. Aiden Hill of Swim Mac. $55.73 Leif Bauman in second, and then a $55.82 Johnny Marshall in third. Heat 4.
Take your mark.
Daniel Ramirez Carranza of Westminster Academy in lane 1. Casper Bonichsen, excuse me, of Denmark in 2. Dylan Smiley, Miami Country Day Aquatics in 3. Felipe Bafico of Sarasota Sharks in 4. Carlos Vasquez in 5. And Nicholas Duncan of Canada in lane 6. $55.04 Dylan Smiley winning the heat. $55.12 second for Daniel Ramirez Carranza, and Nicholas Duncan in third at $55.23. Milicevic is $53.99, still your top time with 3 heats remaining in the men's 100 butterfly. Heat 5.
Take your mark.
Frederico Castro of Brazil in 0. Davidson Vincent of Azura, Florida Aquatics in 1. Tom Carswell of Wales in 2. Ilya Karun of Sandpipers of Nevada in 3. Trenton Julian, Mission Viejo in 4. Meiki Mota of Brazil in 5. Jamie Ingram, Great Britain in 6. Luis Altamir of Brazil in 7. Hector Ruvalcaba Cruz of Texas A&M in 8. And Reese Edwards of Wales in 9. Karun with that 24.55. He leads at the 50, 24.74. Kekimota in second at the 50, but at the final touch, it's Karun's 52.47, new top time of the morning so far, that leads the heat. 52.50 Trenton Julian in second by 300s. 52.96 for Jamie Ingram of Great Britain, finishing in third. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
Matthew Richards of Wales in 0. Ascanio Pinto Urbana of Mexico in lane 1. Iago Musalam of Metro Atlanta Aquatic Club in 2. Ryan Murphy of California Aquatics in 3. Michael Andrew of MA Swim Academy in 4. Diogo Matos Ribeiro of Portugal in 5. Marius Kush of Indiana Swim Club in 6. Kai Winkler of Eagle Aquatics in 7. Ricardo Urbina Prieto of Mexico in 8. And Jahem Oldlam Smith of Azurta, Florida Aquatics in lane 9. Heat win's going to be a 52.43 for Michael Andrew. New top time of the morning by 0.04 of a second. 52.99 for Diogo Matos Rivero in second. And then Kai Winkler at a 53.10. Touching in third, moving himself up into the 8th all-time NAG rankings in the 100 butterfly, 15.16. Heat 7. Seventh and final heat, Jorge Iga of Pinnacle Racing in 0. Drew Kibler of Carmel Swim in 1. Lewis Frazier of Wales in 2. Zach Harding of Cardinal Aquatics in 3. Shane Casas of Longhorn Aquatics in 4. Nicholas Albiero, Cardinal Aquatics in 6. And Diego Balbi of St. Andrews Aquatics in 7. Casas leads 23.6 at the 50. An impressive front 50 from Casas. Sita with a 50.4. And Casas is going to touch at a 51.05. Our top seed by a long way is Shane Casas. Zach Harding 1.3 seconds behind is your second seed. So that sets up what is going to be an impressively stacked A final this evening. Here they are on the scoreboard. Casas, Harding, Andrew, Caroon, Julian, Ingram, Mato Rivero, and Winkler all into that A final. 53-1 to get there. A tie there for 9th place. Murphy, Kush, Albiero, Mota, Balbi, Fraser, Altamir, and Sivech. Sivech in Heat 1 making it into the B final. Richards, Carswell, Iga, Pinto Urbana, Kibler, Musalam, Ruvalcaba, and Urbina Prieto into the C final. Your first and second alternates now on the board. Gentlemen, current time 10:22. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. Back to the 200s, this time the 200-meter individual medley, event 31, the women's 200 IM will have 4 heats. Heat 1. Riley Botting of Pinecrest Swimming in 2. Isabel Ivy of the University of Florida in 4. Katriana Gilmore of Army West Point in 5. And Nicole Frank in lane 7. .2:15.97, Isabel Ivy winning your first heat. 2:22.15, Nicole Frank finishing in second. And a 2:24.43 for Riley Bunting finishing in third in lane 2. Need coaching reps from Cal Aquatics and Indiana Swim Club over to the resolutions desk, please. Cal Aquatics and Indiana Swim Club. Heat 2. Heat 2, women's 200 individual medley underway. Mackie Hodges of the Sandpipers in 0. Hayden Penny, Y Smart Aquatics in 1. Katie Grimes, Sandpipers of Nevada in 2. Alexis Yeager of Tennessee Aquatics in 3. Maria Sophie Harvey of Canada in 4. Kristen Romano, Puerto Rico in 5. McKenna DeBever of Aggie Swim Club in 6. Sophia Plaza, Swim Mac in 7. And Abigail Zaborin of Spartan Aquatic Club in lane 9. Maria Sophie Harvey leads the way in lane 4. 29.3 for her. Grimes out in a 29.4. Grimes continues to have an impressive showing this week. 33.5 on that second 50 out in a 102.9 to the 100 split. Grimes seated with a 2:16.27 in this first circle seated heat of the women's 200 individual medley. Final turn, Maria-Sophie Harvey moving back into the lead, 37.2 on that 50 breaststroke leg. Grimes at 42.3 in second now. But Harvey leveraging the breaststroke to her benefit. She will come into the wall and post a 2:13.35, our top time so far this morning. Grimes is 2:15.82, second overall this morning as well. Third at 2:18.01. That belongs to McKenna DeBever. Two heats down, two still to go. Women's 200 individual medley. Heat 3. Kennedy Dobson, Eastern Express in 0. Maxine Clark of Canada in 1. Scarlett Major of Wales in 2. Gracie Wyan of Sarasota Sharks in 3. Kelsey Wong of Canada in 4. Chess Chaplua of Tennessee Aquatics in 5. Julia Putkachelny of Pinecrest Swimming in 6. Michaela Mattis of Sarasota Sharks in 7. Portia Del Rio Brown in lane 8. And Lucy Warnick of Sandpipers is in lane 9. The lead is in lane 1. Maxine Clark, the 14-year-old out of Canada, out in a 29.1. Wong out in a 29.6, was in second at the 50. Michaela Mattis leveraging her strong backstroke skills to take the lead here as we approach the end of the backstroke leg. .34.8 on the backstroke leg. Scarlett Major at 35.1, and that moves her up into second. Putkachelny at 35.3. She's in third. A lot of leaderboard shakeup here in this third heat. Maria-Sophie Harvey of Canada has that top time, 2:13.35. No one within 2.5 seconds of her. We're going to have another new leader at the breaststroke culmination. A 38.0 from Kelsey Wong puts her in the lead, and by quite a bit, actually, almost 2 seconds. Chaplua moving up into second from fourth. Wong went from 6th to 1st in 50 meters of breaststroke, and she has very clear control of this heat number 3. 2:13.35, Maria-Sophie Harvey, the Canadian top seed so far. And for now, she'll remain the top seed as Wong goes at 2:16.62, which will put her in 4th overall with 1 heat remaining. 2:17.99, Chaplua in second in the heat. Just getting ahead of DeBever's 2:18.01. So that seeds her in 5th. And then Mattis's 2:18.13 has her very much on the bubble, 2:18.13 7th right now. with one heat remaining in the women's 200 IM. Heat 4. Fourth and final heat of the women's 200 IM underway. Ivy Monk of Swim Mac in 0. Chloe Isleta of Sun Devil swimming in 1. Florencia Porotti of Argentina in 2. Bailey Anderson of Canada in 3. Summer McIntosh of the Sarasota Sharks in 4. Leah Smith of Longhorn Aquatics in 5. Kim Emily Herkel of Cardinal Aquatics in 6. Avery Clamfeth of Swim Mac in 7. Applejean Gwynn of Sandpipers of Nevada in 8. And Samantha Bonos of Gaucho Aquatics in lane 9. Summer McIntosh, 2 junior world records already this week. She is the junior world record holder in this event. It's a 2:08.70. And the pro swim record, a 2:08.66. McIntosh out in a 1:01.46. She was a 33.5 on the backstroke leg, 27.8 on the butterfly leg. She's got a 2.5 lead on Leah Smith. Smith back in a 33.9 at the 100, 1:03.0. Bailey Anderson in 3rd, but about 3.5 seconds behind your leader, Summer McIntosh. McIntosh final turn, 38.4 on that third 50, 139.9. Be a steep 28.8 to come back and set a junior world record in the morning, but it looks like she is on her way to setting the top time so far. Maria Sophie Harvey, the Canadian countrymate of McIntosh, is a 2:13.35. That's the top time so far. McIntosh will touch it at 2:12.01 to become our new top seed. Leah Smith will be our second seed overall and second in this heat with a 2:12.90. And then a 2:16.77 from Bailey Anderson. Will be right on that edge of making it into the A final, but it will indeed find itself in the 7th spot in the A final this evening in the women's 200 individual medley. Take a look with me at the A finalists. McIntosh, Smith, Harvey, Grimes, Ivy, Wog, Anderson, and Chipua all into the A final, 2:17.99 to make it back. B final, DeBever, Mattis, Clemfith, Wyatt, Isleta, Podkuchelny, Romano, and Major all into your B final. And then C finalists now, Brody, Herkel, Dobson, Pinney, Frank, Del Rio, Brown, Hodges, and Bonos. Earning second swims, first and second alternates now on the scoreboard. Current time, 10:36. Ladies, you have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. On to the guys, 200-meter individual medley, event number 32. We've got 4 heats this morning. Heat 1. Joe Poliak of Iowa Flyers in lane 0. Arizona's Kyle Valdez in 1. Will Lacone of Longhorn Aquatics in 3. Hassan Fedek of Canada in 4. Jensen Nelson of Spartan Aquatic Club in 5. Nolan Dennis of Villanova in 8. And Taylor Eaton of Florida Atlantic in lane 9. Lacon leads the way, 26.9 on the butterfly leg, 27.2. Fedek of Canada, the 18-year-old, in lane 4, matching the speed of Lacon. Taylor Eaton in lane 9 was in 3rd. He was at 27.5. Lacon still has the lead, about 2 seconds ahead of Taylor Eaton, 32.1 after a 26.9 opening 50. Lacon, one of the best breaststrokers in history, leveraging that right now. 35.2 on the breaststroke leg, considerably ahead of the rest of the field. 4 seconds. Poliak moving into 2nd after he splits a 37.4, and Valdez moves up into 3rd, splitting a 36.8. But it's all Will Lacon. Swimming seated with the yards, 144.30. We'll post our early top time at a 2:03.62. Will Lacon winning heat number 1, 2:07.77 for Poliak. Finishing in 2nd for the Iowa Flyers, and a 2:09.15 for Kyle Valdez, finishing in 3rd. Heat 2.
Take your remarks.
Marius Dubois of the University of Florida in 1. Baylor Stanton of Gwinnett Aquatics in 2. William Riley of Wales in 3. Finley Knox of Canada in 4. Tom Perry-Bonillo Avila of Fast Falcons in 5. Caleb Maldari, Swim Mac in 6. Wyatt Porch of the Bull School Sharks in 8. And Salvatore Lansafame of Azura, Florida in lane 9. Finley Knox leads the way, 25.56. The Canadian butterflyer, no shock that he's out fast. Perry-Bonillo Avila out in a 26.00. And Wyatt Porch out in a 26.8. There's the halfway mark, 57.2. Perry-Bonillo Avila leading the way. Back in a 31.2 on the breaststroke leg. Finley Knox in 2nd, but only by 0.03. And Baylor Stanton, the 15-year-old out of Gwinnett Aquatics in Georgia, up to 3rd, coming back at a 30.9 on the backstroke leg. Final turn, Perry-Bonillo still in the lead. Finley Knox in 2nd, Stanton in 3rd. So nothing has changed amongst our leaders, but a great race shaping out between Knox and Perry-Bonillo Avila. Lacon's got the top time at a 2:03.62. But that time is no longer our top time. 2:02.42. Knox winning the heat and posting our new top time. 2:02.59 for Perry-Bonillo. And then Baylor Stanton 2:05.59. 56, finishing in third. Two heats down, 2 to go in the men's 200 individual medley. Knox and Parabonio Avila, your top two so far. That 2:02.42 from Finlay Knox, the top mark with 2 to go. There is a disqualification to report in event 32, heat 2, lane 6 for multiple butterfly kicks at the start of breaststroke. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Nick Schaefer, Florida Atlantic in 0. Amadeus Knopp of Sarasota Sharks in 1. Carter Lancaster of Bowl School Sharks in 2. Sean Grisham of California Aquatics in 3. Kieran Smith, Richfield Aquatic Club in 4. Grant Sanders, Tampa Bay Aquatics in 5. Caden Edwards of Great Britain in 6. Liam Harry of Sarasota Sharks in 7. And Alex Ayers of Swim Mac in lane 8. Lancaster's got the lead with a 26.1. Grant Sanders a 26.2 sitting in second. And Kieran Smith right there with them at a 26.8. Halfway, Lancaster still has the lead. Smith, though, pulling almost even with him. 31.1 for Smith on the backstroke leg. 31.7 for Lancaster. Smith only a tenth of a second out. Grant Sanders a half second out. 32.1 on his second 50. Final turn, and Kieran Smith throws down a 35.2 on the breaststroke leg to set up one of the most dominant freestylers in American history for a smooth final 50. Grant Sanders 36.5, moving up into second as Carter Lancaster falls to third heading into the freestyle leg. Kieran Smith looking calm, cool, and collected as he touches at a 2:03.08. Good for third overall with one heat remaining. 2:04.78 for Grant Sanders, finishing in second in the heat. .206.27. Carter Lancaster finishes in third, and that puts him in 8th overall. Sanders sitting right now in 5th overall. One heat still to go. Finlay Knox, you're still your top time at a 2:02.42. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
There's a disqualification to report in event 32, heat 3, lane 0 for a non-simultaneous touch at the breaststroke leg. Aitor Aresi Igor of St. Andrews Aquatics in lane 0 here in heat number 4. Louis Courteville 14 of Canada in lane 1. His countrymate Lauren Wigginton in 2. Mark Zoranek, Gator Swim Club in 3. A pair of Sun Devils in the middle. Chase Kalish and Jay Litherland in 4 and 5. Brett Pinfold, Swim Houston in 6. Nathan Holte of Ohio State University in 7. And then Cohen Shiam of Bowl School Sharks in 8. His teammate Victor Durrani in lane 9. Kalish and Litherland lead the way. The gold and silver medalists at the Olympic Games in the 400 IM. Wigginton in lane 2, a second back from the lead of Kalish. Litherland only 700ths behind. To the breaststroke we go. Kalish, a very strong breaststroker, putting some distance between him and Litherland and Zaranek, who's moved into the mix. Kalish now up to 2 seconds on Litherland after he splits a 35.4. Litherland 37.4. Final 50 meters here in the final heat of the men's 200 individual medley. Finley Knox's 2:02.42 continues to hold the top spot. Will it continue to hold the top spot once Kalish gets his hand on the wall? That's the question everyone's asking. And the answer is yes, it will. 2:04.26, Chase Kalish winning your fourth and final heat. And he'll end up 5th overall heading into tonight's A final. Zaranek in second at a 2:04.77 will find himself in 6th, and Litherland will slide into that 8th spot with a 2:05.16, making it into the A final. Ever so slightly. There is your A final. Knox, Perbonia Avia, Smith, Lacon, Kalish, Zaranek, Sanders, and Litherland. All in the A. B final, Wigginton, Stanton, Riley, Lancaster, Hury, Poliak, Ayers, and Gresham in your B final. And then C final, Pinfold, Valdez, Cham, Dubois, RS Gar, Knopp. And we'll just have to trust that the rest of you will find your names on swim online at usaswimming.org or around the building. Current time, gentlemen, is 10:50. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. Time for some sprinting. Event 33, women's 50-meter freestyle. 6 heats this morning. Heat 1. Heat 1 win is going to be in lane 1. Ali Bizzuto with a 26.37. The 16-year-old of Flood Aquatic Swim Team wins Heat 1. Heat 2. Heat 2 win, Lily Nesty, 25.93, fastest of the morning so far, and your Heat 2 winner. Heat 3. Heat 3 win will be in lane 4. Sarah Paisley Owens, 26:40, the fastest mark. Here in heat number 3, 3 heats to go in the women's 50 freestyle. There is a disqualification to report in event 33, heat 3, lane 3 for a false start. Heat 4. Abby Weinstoll, Siobhan Hahi, Olivia Smoliga, some big names here in heat number 4, and it looks like Abby Weinstoll continuing to have a great meet. She's got the lead heading into the wall, and she'll post our new top time at a 24:53. Abby Weinstoll out touching Siobhan Hahi's 24:88. Those are your top 2 times so far. Smoliga 25:45 is third overall. 2 heats still to go in the women's 50 free. Heat 5. Second to last heat, women's 50 freestyle. Kashawasik, Erica Brown, Erica Peleas, Natalie Hines, all sorts of big names all throughout the 50 freestyles today. Vasic with a slight lead there. The Team Rebel Aquatics 30-year-old is going to touch first at a 24:65. Good for second overall on the morning. 1 heat still to go. Second is Erica Brown's 25:33. She's sitting in 4th right now with 1 heat remaining. Peleas in 3rd in the heat and 5th overall, 25:38. 5 heats down, 1 heat to go. Women's 50 freestyle. Heat 6. Final heat, Simone Manuel in the water. The American record holder, Julie Kep Jensen from Denmark, also swimming. Gabby DeLoof of Tennessee Aquatics. It looks like Kep Jensen will be your heat winner at 25.02. That'll put her 4th heading into tonight's A final. 25:40 for Simone Manuel lands her in the A final in the 7th spot. What does the rest of the A final look like? Well, here it is. Abby Weinstoll, your top seed, joining her Vasic, Hahi, Kep Jensen, Brown, Peleas, Manuel, and Smoliga. 25:45 rather. B finalists: Larson, Hines, Barino, Nesty, Kennedy, DeLoof, Sutton, and Clark. And then your C finalists: Gersper, Savard, Bizzuto, Daly, Diakonescu, Owen, Myers, Lemons, and Lyon. All in for a second swim in the 50. Ladies, current time 10:57. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. And that sets up our final event of the morning, the men's 50-meter freestyle. We've got 10 heats to swim. Heat 1. Heat number 1, 24:06. Marco Aurelio Lopez Casula winning. Heat 2. Heat 2 wins going to be Will Rankin, 23:63. Top time through 2 heats. Nolan Patterson with a 23:77. The 17-year-old of Gwinnett Aquatics in second. Heat 3. (23:77), your heat winning time from George Gonzalez in lane number 2. Heat 4. (24:05), Isaac Weichel winning heat number 4. Heat 5. (23:34) new top time turned in from Army West Point's Ben Forthmed here in heat number 5. Eclipsing his seed time by north of 0.4 of a second to post the top mark through 5 heats. Heat 6. Another new top time, this one belonging to Sandpiper of Nevada, Ilya Karun at a 23:31. Vorthman getting eclipsed by only 300ths. 23:61, Tanner Falls, third overall, second in the heat. Heat 7. Miguel Duarte Nascimento with a 22:24, eclipsing our top time by over a second. Posting the new mark, first sub 23 that we have seen. Coming from the Portugal 28-year-old in lane 8. Heat 8. Dylan Carter in the water right now. Alberto Mestre and all sorts of speed up and down. Luis Altamir of Brazil has had a great meet as well. Dylan Carter, of course, the 100 freestyle, 50 butterfly co-champ, but it's Alberto Mestre's 22:13, new top time of the morning so far. Carter 22:20, good for second overall, second in this heat. 2 heats still to go in the men's 50 freestyle. And just like that, we now have 6 sub 23 swims turned in. So being sub 23 won't be enough to make it back to the A. You're going to have to be even faster. We'll see what's left in our last 2 heats. Heat 9. Ryan Held in the water, Drew Kibler as well. Diogo Matos Ribeiro of Portugal also there. Held looking strong. Ian Yin-Tu Ho of Hong Kong right there with him, and it looks like Yin-Tu Ho may have the edge. That's the case. It's a 22:05 new top time for Ian Yin-Tu Ho of Hong Kong. Ryan Held's 22:22 has him in 4th overall. And a 22:61 for Diogo Matos Ribeiro right now has him in 6th, right on that bubble. Could take a 22:6 or faster to make it into the A final. That will all be determined right here. Our last heat of the 50 freestyle is up next. Heat 10. Michael Andrew, your 50 breast, 50 butterfly winner in the water in lane number 4. Lane 6, Matthew Richards trying to give Andrew a run for his money, but it's going to be Michael Andrew, the only sub-22 that we've seen. And that'll be our top seed heading into tonight's A final. Michael Andrew, 21.87. And like I mentioned, 22.4 ends up being what it took to make it into the A final. Here is that A final. Andrew into Ho, Mestre, Carter, Hell, Duarte, Nascimento, Guillermones, and Richards. Matos, Ribeiro, Skinner, Winkler, Duras, Harlow, Kimbler, Ratu, and Hydrich all in your B final. And then C finalists, Huey, Santiso, Carswell, Iga, Kravchenko, Frazier, Bauman in white. 23.3 to get a second swim. A very fast 50 freestyle this morning. That wraps up our final morning of swimming here at the TYR Pro Swim Series in Fort Lauderdale. Gentlemen, current time is 11:10. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions. Quite a few things to remind you of. Katie Ledecky will be signing autographs this evening after finals. Make sure you stop by to meet and greet with the greatest female swimmer in history. 800 freestyle time finals begin at 4:20 p.m. 3 men's heats, 1 women's heat. That'll all be swum this afternoon. Timelines are available for coaches. And then our top 2 seeded time finals will be swum in our final session this evening, which begins at 6 o'clock. Can't wait to see all of you here for one more fantastic night of swimming at the TYR Pro Swim Series Fort Lauderdale. Time trials will begin at 11:40. And just a heads up, we did find a phone that was turned into the announcer's stand. So if you are missing a phone, come show us your face. We'll check that face unlocks it.